Hello, everyone. Billy Tucci here, and I am so excited to announce Shi'S long-awaited return to comic book shops with this April's Shi #1 30th Anniversary Original Art Edition. The groundbreaking masterwork that literally changed the face of comics and launched the Bad Girl Revolution returns in this premium formatted 112-page hardcover edition featuring the never-before-published original artwork from the book that started it all, 1994's Shi Way of the Warrior #1. The Shi #1 Original Art Edition is literally a project that is 30 years in the making, with every single original art page, penciled inks, hand-painted colors, and letters, all rescanned and digitally remastered back to their original glory. We are also offering, for the very first time, the Shi Way of the Warrior #1 Pencils Up Ashcan Edition. This book features 32 of my original pencil scans from 1994. Again, thank you for 30 wonderful years in comics. We are so appreciative of all your support and faith in the past, and we look forward to bringing you lots of new Shi product in 2024. See you on the comic shelves. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci.
Behold his mighty hand.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
Just want to manage expectations.
Weird.
This is the worst.
Yo, Tucci.
Bro, we don't have that sound effect, huh?
I know. What are we gonna do?
We need that. We need to put together those sound effects.
Yeah, we're gonna get the. I've got the stream decks here. Maybe we'll do the OBS virtual cam so we can get the sound effects in. Maybe some special video effects, man.
Oh, dude, I got the deck too.
You got the deck?
I got the deck.
That's right. You do have.
You told us not to use it anymore.
Well, remember we used to do the whole big production, the big OBS production, and then StreamYard came out, and then they sponsored us. So please use that code and get a discount. Yeah, they did. We're sponsored by StreamYard, dude. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
For like fucking 3 years. 3 or 4 years, something like that. It's
What's
crazy.
up, everybody?
Crazy.
What's up, Scala? Thanks for joining us, y'all. Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci, Nile Scala, booyah. What's up, Dan the great Dan Genovese? What's up, kid? Good to see you, man. Looking forward to seeing the great Dan Genovese, but I don't know when I'm going to see the great Dan Genovese.
Right there.
Nile
spares no expense on Pop XP.
No. Hey, is the background on the promo, is that Justin Bieber crowd? Is that what that is?
Fuck yeah, it is, because they're the fucking best fans in the world.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my Bieber babies, where you at? You're not fucking one of the Bieber babies? No? All right.
Apologize, everybody.
Yo,
hey, man, so we're going to talk some comics. I invited, what's up, James Sanchez? Cabron. I invited JC Vaughn to come on, talk about it, that we are in previews. I think I'm going to continue this previews thing. I'm going to reach out to my pal Brian Polito and see if he'll join us next week because of our big previews news that Brian Polito and I have together.
Oh, hell yeah.
Scal, I got to tell you, it was really friggin' weird that when I go live on my Facebook page, it always is locked, the video, and I have to go in and then make it public. And then I can't share it.
I don't even know. Like, the Facebook, it's weird, man. I don't know. The Facebook deal, like adding that in, because sometimes I'll stream this shit from Facebook to Twitter to YouTube, but then you don't get that great interaction. because then it starts messing up our comments here. You know what I mean?
I do know because, like I said, man, I got like people like my family, like James Sanchez, and they're too lazy to go over to YouTube and hit the like button, bro.
Maybe they should subscribe. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. It's free. It's real easy. See this Scala?
Swifties.
That look like
Watertown Fire Department. What?
Right, baby.
Watertown, man.
Watertown CT, man.
What the hell are you doing in my neck of the woods? Kind of.
See it?
Look at that. Fire and rescue, bro.
Dude, I was a fireman in Watertown.
I hope you're not like wearing that, but like you're just like in a Speedo right now in your studio because it's just
and
like,
that's all I have.
It's too much
That's all
heat
I have
up there.
on. That's all I have on is a Speedo. I never wore a Speedo, Scout.
Tippity Tail McKitty, thank God for your stream. EVS was showing a PTP video.
What's up, Tippy McKitty? What's up?
I was actually
Tail McKitty.
Maybe we should just maybe we should put the trash cast up.
Oh, and EFAP it?
Yeah, should we EFAP it? You know?
I don't think I've ever EFAP'd anyone's stream.
You've never even. You're too nice. You're too nice, Mr. Tucci. You're a kind, gentle soul. You are.
A kind, gentle soul.
Kind, gentle soul.
Yes. But I'm excited about getting back into comic book shops. Now,
dude, how awesome is that?
Well, let me share something, Scal.
Share it, dude. Share it. But I mean, seriously, think of it, right?
Shut
I mean,
up.
It's the evolution. We're part of the revolution.
The She Revolution.
Making it back to comic shops. And you can too, people. Believe it. It can happen to you. Look at
That's
that.
right. It can happen to anyone out there. So we are on the cover of Previews. Heck yes.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty cool. She is back, which sounds better because you couldn't make She's back because of the fonts, right?
Right.
So, but we are now in the February issue of Previews. I'm waiting for some physical copies. Hopefully, JC Vaughn will get me some of them. Been getting a lot of buddies and friends sending me their photos of them with it, which is really cool. And this is where the book that we're doing is the She #1 30th anniversary original art edition. But Scala,
is that Mole?
Changed the name for the
What?
book.
No, you didn't.
Dust Jacket will have the She Way of the Warrior original art 30th anniversary original art edition on the Dust Jacket, exclusive to our crowdfunded backers, and it's live right now in Indiegogo. This preview and for only $50. So for $50, you get the Dust Jacket, right? Which is on the cover. Then you get Scala. Get this: you get a satin sewn-in bookmark. You get gold foil enhancement on the book.
What?
Spot glossing on the book.
What? Oh, Jesus.
Great. You're going to be like, Billy, can't be. But no, it's true.
Tell us more, Billy.
But wait, there's more. So you only get this book right now is available on Indiegogo in demand for only $50 with all this extras. If you get in the comic book shops, which I hope you do, you will not get the 30th anniversary original art edition, even though, and I'll share the screen to the order information. I'm so tired, dude. We've been doing so much stuff today. Trying to get this book. So if you go to previewsworld.com and you just search She, you'll be able to find it. And it is titled 30th anniversary original art edition, but the original art edition, the 30th anniversary part is not going to be on the book. There'll be a little box Scala. Little square.
Oh,
that's his 30th anniversary. But on the spine, it might say the original art edition. Mindy and I have to do the spine tomorrow. But we're not, and this book is ready to go to press. So we have our editors, JC Vaughn and Jason Odom, are looking at it. Oh, Brian Blevins went through it today.
Nice.
You know, I think I could even share the PDF of the book if you guys want to see it. Should I do that?
I went through it.
Oh, what'd you think?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, there's like F. We're now. You probably saw a version A, and now we're up to version F.
Which one did you send today?
Version A originally, but I found a bunch of things. It was going through it, and then Mindy, we're on version F right now.
And we got a great question here. Why is it called an Ashcan?
I don't know. I did know back in the day, but I forget. Someone's got to know. Kevin Ryan might know.
Kevin knows everything.
Sanchez might know. Cabron might know.
Kevin.
But so here it is. It's on Previews World. You go to Previews World, or just go to your comic shop and say, "I want She." That book, though, will be, if you buy it through Diamond Comic Distributors, which we're appreciative of everyone to do that, because not everyone's in crowdfunding, Scala. You're up there, right? Not everyone's in crowdfunding.
What do you mean?
Again, you'd be like, Billy.
Like the worst infomercial.
I know.
Billy,
I know.
what do you mean?
No. So if you look here, I don't know if I could zoom in.
Enhance.
Oh, look at that, Scala. If I could just touch that.
Okay.
I don't want all this
doing?
stuff to show up.
The hell are you fucking doing?
Ah! Okay. So this book right here is $65. So if you get this through Diamond Comic Distributors, and I hope you do, but if you don't want to spend $65, you can get the premiere edition for only $50 at on Indiegogo right now in demand. And I think there is a link in the description. Is there Scala or no?
Yes, there's a link in the description to the Indiegogo.
Thank you. So that is available for all you Kickstarter backers. You guys will get it as well.
Live chat.
What?
And it's in the live chat.
Maybe it's in the live chat.
No, it is in the live chat.
Oh, it is? Who put it in the live chat, Scala?
It did. Let's see. I think our boy Dan Genovese.
Thanks, Danny boy.
Boom. Actually,
Thanks,
we'll pin that.
Yes.
We're gonna pin
so, that. So this book will be in shops on the 3rd of April, 1994. But if you guys also, you Indiegogo backers, you're gonna get, and your Kickstarter backers, you're gonna get the premium edition before this book goes to stores, to comic shops. So
nice.
We're not doing that like some other people have done.
Look who's in the house.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Ted. What's going on? So we got some answers here on Ashcan. We got Kevin. Kevin says Ashcans were printed back in the day as cheap Xeroxes and sent out quickly to secure trademarks. Mostly Ashcans would be limited to about 10 copies and were a thing back in the 40s.
How about that?
And Ted's backing that up too. Oh, shoot.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Anyways, because they were like disposable copies printed simply for copyright reasons, right? Like you could throw them in the ash can afterward. They use them to light their cigars. Boom!
Boom! Jimmy Reyes.
Jimmy!
Hey. How's it going?
What's up, Scud? How you feeling?
Oh, doing okay. I went to the ophthalmologist today.
Yeah, looking sharp. Though.
Turns out, Billy, you might like this. You might appreciate this. He goes, so he's telling me, he's looking at my eye exam, and he says, "Oh my God, you have vision 1 in 2,000 people. You have 20/10 vision. That's the requirement for snipers."
Yeah, I had 20/10 vision.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We're rare.
Yeah,
really?
I did too, Billy.
And now look at me.
I
can't see without my peepers up close.
Oh, wow. I mean, I don't need glasses or anything, but they dilated my pupils. And man, I'll tell you, any little light.
Wow.
Doesn't it suck?
That's crazy, Yoko.
Yeah, but that was like 6 months ago. I just like wearing these glasses, man. They make me look like... No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Oh, we got a $5
super chat.
All right.
If I may, Sons of Liberty Radio. Thank you, brother. An Ashcan is a test print, so the press operator can make sure how the press is working. They can look it over and throw it in the Ashcan. Makes sense. Does that make sense, Scala?
It does. It makes perfect sense.
At least that's what the press operators told me when I worked in the printing industry. Excellent.
Oh, it gave us another super chat,
brother.
Billy.
Sons of...
It's 2 super chats that we got from Sons of Liberty Radio. Thank you.
Thank you. That helps out the channel because we had to pay for a bunch of stuff, right, Nile?
That's right.
Oh, that's not sharing.
How do you think we got Jimmy on?
So when I share it,
yeah, and lovely.
It's not sharing the actual thing. I have to do this. Here we go. All right. So here we go. Here's the book with art by me and Barry. This book also does contain the original Shi-Way the Warrior. That's why Peter Gutierrez is there, who scripted it with me. But this book is literally the story of Shi. It's 112 pages. Scala and Jimmy, we can go through this if you want to see the book.
I do, man. I'm telling you, I still remember the day when I was just getting into comic books and I didn't have any money. So I volunteered at a comic store and I was working there to, they were paying me with comic books. And I remember the guy said to me, he picked up Shi #1 and he said, "You want this, you're not going to want to pass it up." And I didn't know anything about comics. So
Really?
I took it. Yeah, I took the comic book And then I was so grateful because it got hot. And I sold it when it got to $40, but I should have held out, you know. But
Keep it.
I didn't know. I ended up selling it because it went to $40 and I was poor, you know. And I was like, oh my God,
I can get 40 bucks. I was so poor a year before that.
Wow.
I was so friggin' poor. It was crazy. Poor no more after 94, right, Holmes?
I really thought you said porn.
Me too. I thought you said poor no more. I was like, wait, what?
So I'm gonna
after you made the books, all the ladies came, you know, Jimmy.
The bitches.
Porn no more.
That's right.
All right, so I'm gonna share. Let me share the book and let's see the interiors of the book. Like I said, this book is done. It is going to the printer on Monday.
Wow.
How about that? That's pretty freaking cool, man.
Now, so obviously you have the campaigns, Billy, right?
Yeah.
Kickstarter's closed. Indiegogo's still in demand for the time being.
Yes.
Is there a limit though? Like, you know, there's only going to be so many copies that are going to go out to the stores, and that's it.
Oh yeah, there's not gonna. Debbie and I have to do the print run, but maybe 500 we'll make.
Okay.
That's it. We limit it. You know, that's it. That'll be the regular edition. So this book is probably going to be 1,500 print run, I think, because it's a premium. It's an expensive book, you know.
Yeah.
So there's probably only 1,500 total of the. And if you go, I guess if you figure it out, if you go through the Indiegogo stuff, you can find out. But maybe, yeah, we'll probably print 1,000. I mean, we'll probably do 1,500 altogether. 1,000 of them will be the original art edition without the bookmark and the dust jacket. If you get the premium edition with the book jacket and with the dust jacket and the book sewn in bookmark, and of course all the other stretch goals, the cover enhancements, there's only, I think, 500 of those made. So
wow, man, congratulations to the backers that have already backed it, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing that. Thank you. Let me see if I can go a little bit bigger,
special.
Jimbo. Let me see if I can go a little bigger. I don't want that there. Okay, not now.
If I could tell you how many times my wife has heard that from me.
Oh, heck yeah, Jimmy Reyes. I know you're talking about there, brother. I say I'm trying to see if I can go bigger with this. Oh, what's this? That's nice, right?
There you go.
Yeah, that
Here
was
we
good.
go. All right, so we're going to open up with this book with, of course, that this book is dedicated. The first on the bus we did was dedicated to my father-in-law, who recently passed away, who was a huge supporter of me. The second book was dedicated. The Senryaku on the bus was dedicated to Frank Frazetta, Jason Pearson, and George Perez, and my buddy Keith Boski, who was my attorney, and one of my best friends who passed away, who were big supporters of the book. And this book, the 30th anniversary original art edition, or just called the Shi #1, Shi-Wei the Warrior #1 original art edition, is dedicated to you, the fans, because you guys changed our lives forever. And we are forever in your debt. So if we go so for the fans, right, we owe it all to you. Then of course there's my signature, my sketch plate that I do, and also where I sign the books.
Wow.
So and for those of you that we do a limited amount of sketch editions, and this is where I do the little Shi drawing for everybody.
That is an awesome idea, Billy. I'm stealing that.
Jimmy, steal it totally,
Steal
Jimmy.
it.
Yeah, for people that want to pay a little extra.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's $100. I don't know what it is for that. I do a nice headshot of Shi with my colored pencils, or sometimes I do inks. They're all different.
That's inside the book. Like when you open the book
inside,
as you're going through.
So this right here. Okay.
Awesome.
So these are called, with the hardcovers, guys, these are called end sheets. So this right here is end sheet A. This is the inside front cover. Then you have a page right here, which is going to be, it's on thicker paper, matte paper, so I could draw on it. This is my sketch plate, right? Then you go to the inside, then you go to page 2, which is and it's our little table of contents, buddy. What do you think, Scala?
Gorgeous.
See, it says so there's so page 1, we're going to start with the original Shi-Wei the Warrior #1, completely remastered and rescanned. And I'll scroll through them pretty quick. Then on page 37, we go through the original art cover gallery. Then on page 40, we go to the original art interior gallery. And then on page 106 to 112, we take it home with J.C. Vaughn interviewing me about how it happened.
Wow.
So here's an original scan. Here's the first cover, Jimmy. Do you remember? You remember
Yes.
seeing it on the stand, or someone's just like, "Hey, take this book."
Back then in that bookstore, they used to put them on those 6 feet tables. They didn't have shelves. They would lay them down on tables back then in the 90s, the stores that I went to. And so I walked right past it. I didn't even know what to look for. And I just remember the owner of the store was like, you better get this because we're going to run out so fast. And I was like, oh, okay. I had no
Really?
idea.
Well, thank him for that, man.
Yeah, I wish I had kept it though, but I don't think what people know is your success story because you just said right there. I said, man, I was really poor. I couldn't buy comics at the time, and you said I was poor in '94, but people don't realize you were poor just before this book, and that's why you're thinking fans.
If it wasn't for this book, I was so dang poor. And this original cover was colored by my friend Cliff Van Meter, but I go into it into Jeff's interview in great depth. It's 6 pages of interviewing about just the story of this book, and everything that could go wrong did go wrong, from having partners that didn't pan out, that kind of wanted to steal the character from me, not really steal it, but become co-owners with me on it, that I almost went with, to oh God, what else? Truck, my mom's, I was using my mom's Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and it broke down in a snowstorm when I was getting the film. Well, I had to drive out to Long Island, pick up the film.
And what you and Nile had to do that night to stay alive and warm. We'll keep that.
Yeah, well, my truck broke down in the snowstorm. And then I drove through a snowstorm on the Long Island Expressway all the way, which about 60 miles into New York City in like an hour and a half, and I made it to FedEx before it closed at 10 o'clock.
And didn't you have
that
something
story's
about
all in there?
Didn't you have something where like you had to make a payment and then their backer backed out of it, your financer or something, then somebody else came in at the last minute or something?
No. Okay, so here's the story. I had these partners, and again, they had this cool penthouse they were renting on Madison Avenue. They threw this party. And then when it came time to pay for the advertising, I had to pay for the advertising for this book, or Diamond was going to release my numbers. And I remember the guy said, Billy, if you think I'm going to pay $4,000 to advertise your comic book, you're out of your mind.
Wow.
All right, well, I guess that's it for me. And I left and I went to my friends and I raised $4,000 with my friends. I'm like, here's my numbers, here's my orders. Can I? And I had some people gave me $200. One of my friends gave me $1,000. Like, I'll pay you back. I'll give you a little extra too. I gave him a little extra, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He got a hug.
No, I gave like 20% or something like that on top of it.
Well,
and they came through. My friends came through and hooked me up.
Wasn't
So
there
this is our
another
original
situation?
prelude. It's in the Timbro font, which I love, Scala. Which was it, and it's got typos and all. This was cut and paste. This was printed out. This was printed on my buddy's Apple. I think it was an Apple II computer, and somehow he had gotten the whiz bang font on his computer, and he was able to print out the word balloons. And then I would go in and I printed them on paper and I colored them by hand. So I'll show you. Hang on. So you see this? So here we go. See, this is me. This is like yellow paper, like a tan paper. And this is white paper. So I would print them out, and then I'd have to cut them out with an X-Acto knife. And then I took rubber cement and I glued them. I'll show you. Here's the pages. I glued them onto acetate. Real rudimentary. So here you go. Here's a page. So Scott, if you want to go big on me real quick. It's hard for me to see.
You're on the kiss cam right now, Billy.
Yeah.
Hang on.
You got the big head, bud. You got the big head, Cam.
There I am. Okay. So here's an original colored page.
Wow.
So my Barry Orchid is printed on Strathmore number 200 Bristol. But look, here's the.
Do you remember how old were you, Billy, when you drew that page?
25, 26. But here's the original word balloon. So it was just like this and sent to them like that, and they put it and it was able to print out. But you're gonna get to see some cool stuff. So again, here's the original book. Remember that
wow.
Jimmy Reyes caused some raised a few eyebrows.
Yeah, either that's a lot of shadow or somebody's in desperate need of a Brazilian wax.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of shadow. I hope you can see that it's shadows.
I got the shades on. So
how they used to floss their teeth,
yeah.
you know?
I had her naked. Why not? She'd be nude.
Oh wow. Man, that's awesome.
She'd be nude. Hang on a second. Okay.
Those
So
were
here
butt
she is, and she's rowing peacefully towards Fuji, and then all of a sudden the storm. Anyway, we'll go through the whole thing. Her getting ready, all this stuff, cool stuff, blah blah blah. All the pages, all the original remasters of the book, rescanned, remastered pages, enhanced of the original comic, and then once that book is done, all 32 pages of original art. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop.
Was this the first time you had ever drawn interior, like a full length?
Man, I did. I did the 12 pages of the Razor Annual #1 with Razor and
for Leonard
Shi.
the Knight?
That was it. That was it. I know what the hell I was doing.
Wow,
That's
And
Debbie
yes,
and Lauren when Lauren was little. A picture I used. This is my original credits from the inside back cover.
Oh wait, I want to see that.
William Tucci, I was du le Volt.
Oh, very formal. Yeah.
Thanking some friends of mine who I'd met, from the comic distributors and stuff, and Spartan Printing. Here she is. Oh, Roberta Penrod. All I had to do was look at the back, but I didn't know if Roberta wanted her name printed. Barry Orkin's beautiful Sohai Warrior back cover illustration, and then we get into the meat of things. So here's going to be a little Way of the Warrior #1.
Oh, that's cool.
Gallery.
You're gonna make that big, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
My mouse keeps disappearing. I can make it bigger. Let me see. What's up with my mouse? Come on, mouse.
That is a great
battery dying on my
thumbnail.
mouse.
Wow. She's got 2 katanas?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Let me see if I go bigger. Is that better or no?
Yes. If you do, oh, there you go. You have it. Yeah.
Page. Now I'm going to try to go bigger. But then it moves over, which is weird. Not weird when I go bigger with it.
You have to balance it with those bars at the bottom to slide them over. Goes like you're scrolling down and then to the one on the bottom to the right.
I don't see any bars on the bottom.
Oh,
I see your bars on the bottom. You don't see them?
I don't see him.
Those dark
I
gray
see him
bars?
here. I see him on StreamYard, but I don't see him on my.
Oh.
Hang on, let me raise it. Oh, okay. There we go. Look at
Yeah. Oh, hey, we.
There you go.
Okay, no problem. Give me a second, guys. All right, we'll go like this. Okay. 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 So here's my original sketch. This sketch is really small. It's probably 2 inches by 2 inches or so, the paper. And it's my original Shi cover. And if you guys look, she actually had a red circle around her eye. Very X-Men, very X-Force.
I like that though. I do like that.
I like it
Well,
too.
this character
yeah.
will appear in She Gatecrasher as Ran.
Wow.
Look at her big old boob that I drew. But I remember drawing this really, really quick. And I wrote here, what does this say?
Brass
coin. Times
Long.
Roman. Like my
Curls.
Like my balls.
Like my curlies.
Go bold shadow. That's white.
Overhead. I don't
Outline.
know.
White outline.
Oh.
Here's my phone number. I think 59.
That's when you got Debbie's number. You're
That's
like,
your tax ID number.
No, it's not my tax ID. So then, of course, we had Debbie. This is Debbie posing for me.
Well, look,
This is from Brian Blevins, Nile Scala, and my buddy Bruce Dwayne then came in and enhanced it. We gave her a second sword, but it's pretty much Debbie modeling me because it looks cool with the second sword. And I printed the one of her holding the single sword so many times. So
Wow.
there's that. And then we get into my original pencils. Here it is.
Wow.
So that's my
Oh,
original
man.
pencils. And of course, I didn't do everything because let's see if you look close. No, there's no circle here. I dropped the circle by the time I drew this.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Go back
And
to
then
the
here's my original
face.
inks, scan of the inks.
Wow. The way you did the face is so great.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
See the white
beautiful.
out,
I
see
mean,
the white out here.
because in the 90s, everybody gave the female like kind of longer chins.
Longer.
And
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and the anatomy back then in the 90s wasn't so great, but you nailed it. Like, it's good.
Well, like I said, I'm just a terrible inker. Look at this. I mean, God.
No, I mean, it's not
And then
bad.
we'll go. Let me shrink it down, and then we go into the Warrior gallery page. So this is another double page spread. So this shows my original pencils, which are in the Ashcan edition, though. Here's my original pencils for this page.
Wow.
Then Harvey Mercado Ducasio's inks, and then Barry Orkin's beautiful colors.
Wow.
And here's one of the page. Actually, is it the same page I showed you? Yeah, same page I showed. So this is Debbie posing for me yesterday, I think, and I took the picture. And then we'll have let me find my little thing here.
I am wearing.
Do this. A lot of extras in this book. This is if you look at the original page, Shi-Wei the Warrior #1, the double page spread is not this image. I cannot find that image anywhere. This was the one that was done before that, though, Jimmy Reyes, for previews, for our previews ad.
Wait, isn't that the cover previews now?
Barry and me. Barry painted it, and then I went in with a lot of colored pencils and touched it up.
But that was what's on previews right now on the cover, right?
Yeah, but then it was digitally recolored by Wes Hartman.
Oh.
Give it a little 90s edge to it. So there's a lot of great stuff in this book, guys. I don't want to bore you all.
No,
but
this is interesting.
like I said, the original inks.
Yeah.
Here's the original inks by Barry.
Wow.
I think I did the faces, though, because I was so nervous. Yeah.
Those katanas are incredibly accurate and detailed.
Yeah. But they should be the other way around.
Oh, when they're on the stand?
They're for someone who's dead, so actually it makes sense because they're not hurt. So then we go through this whole thing, and here's the original colors, original paints, and we just go on, buddy. We just go on, and so what you have is on the one page, the facing page, you have the inks on one side, on the even number page, and then you have the colors on the odd number page. But you see all my blue lines and stuff. I'm glad all this made it in. There's gonna be a lot of whiteout. You'll see. So look at this. Barry added this little electric. I didn't even know he added that lightning. Cool stuff.
Hey, Kevin asks, what did John Tartaglione do on the Shi books?
Well, this is John Tartaglione Jr. So John Tartaglione Jr. and his beautiful sister Mary Beth Tartaglione, they came at the last minute. So I'm asking my bro Barry Orkin here to color 32 pages of this comic for nothing. And he's got a job, right? Or several jobs. He's freelancing, and he did it for me. He's like, all right, yeah, sure. So, but at the end, I think Barry did 27 pages, and I had to get this book done because he's doing when he gets home from work. All that. And I'm not paying him anything because I don't have any money to pay him. So John Tartaglione, Mary Beth Tartaglione, and I spent the weekend before it went. I guess it would be March, probably the weekend of March 10th. We went, I stayed over Johnny's house, I think Friday night and Saturday night. And we just spent the whole weekend coloring the rest of the last 5 pages or so. And then doing all the word balloons.
Wow.
And John Tartaglione Sr. is his father, who's my mentor. And John Tartaglione Sr. was getting a big kick out of it all.
And it wasn't
He might have helped
right?
us too. He might have helped us too. But here's the original. If I zoom in again, This is a great book, man.
And that's the image on the previews cover.
Yes, but you'll see all the glue and the white, because this face, and if you get the Ashcan, you'll see my original face that I drew for Shi, and it looks pretty stupid. It's in the video. I don't like it. So I cut out the cover. This is not the cover. This is the cover to Shi-Wei the Warrior #12. This head and I glued it in the face because I just didn't like the face.
Wow. And where did you find? Because back in the 1990s, there really wasn't. There weren't the internet and Google. So, how did you find reference to design her costume and all that?
I don't know. I just did it. I just did it.
Because so great, it's iconic. There's no one else out there.
Well, like I know that I also did want it to be, kind of original, obviously. So here's those originals, the original colors by Barry, and then me. I'm the one who did all the colored pencils that goes in there. Barry did the beautiful paints. And then it just goes on. And then there's lots and lots of stuff. So if you guys wouldn't mind picking up this book, we truly appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, like Daniel Russell says, Jimmy, Billy went to fabric school, so he really knows.
That's what it is. Yeah, he's in fashion
costumes.
design.
Yeah,
yeah, because that's the hardest thing, and the thing that I see right now in current crowdfunding is the design of characters. You know, when they come up with these great ideas, but then the costumes just look strange, and I see that a lot.
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, well, Kevin Ryan says Tartaglioni's great. Drew the life of John Paul II for Marvel. Yes, he did, and I think that comic sold something like 5 million copies. But it was the year or two before. Then he did the Mother Teresa book. And that sold another 500,000 copies. But that was like a year or two before they started issuing royalties. So
You know what's funny is
that was a page rate.
I have that comic, John Paul II, because when my barber used to
Wait a
do
minute.
comics, and that was in it.
My brother, John Verga. That's my childhood fucking pal.
What?
My Goomba. What's up, Verga? Dr. John Verga. Good to see you, brother. Miss you, man. I'm coming down to Melbourne, Florida on the Saturday, the second Saturday in April, the 10th or whatever it is, the 9th. I'm going to be doing a con on that Sunday. So I don't know how far Melbourne is from you, but when you come on up, man, we could all do dinner. Sorry. Love you, bro. Oh, I love John Verga. Paulie, Verga. The Vergas are awesome, man. North Babylon, New York, top of the food chain, bro.
White Castle.
Yeah, Long Island, Jack in the Box. Remember Jack in the Box, John? You guys have Jack in the Box by you?
Yeah, we have out in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have Jack in the Box, Cal?
No, we don't.
No.
No, Jack in the
They're the best tacos.
You guys are healthy.
So here's this. So I don't know if John was with me, but one time, we would steal ketchup from there, and then just step on them and put them all over the front of Jack in the Box. When people walked in, they'd step in it, and the manager came out. He's like, "You're gonna." I'm like, "No, you stole that ketchup." I'm like, "No." I said, "I eat it." He's like, "Yeah, eat it." And I had to eat.
Those ketchups are free anyways. You can't steal those.
Hey, John, do you remember? I'm not going to say it, but do you remember my Halloween party? What you dressed as?
I love how he's talking.
Holy shit! The 80s were so different, man, than what they are. Oh shit! Alma, what's up, Alma Pipes? Hey, baby, how are you? Alma's our favorite. She's an amazing, talented creator from Arizona. At least I met her in Tucson. I don't know if you're a Tucson local. So we're hoping to go back out there again soon. And we all got to do dinner next time, honey. So it's good to see you, John.
So Billy, there was
the things you can't say on the internet. Yeah, what's up?
There was a story that you told me I found really interesting, and maybe the viewers might like. Wasn't there something like where you had to go in and print She, and there was a guy who owned the printing there who picked up She or something like that? Somebody that owned the printing press?
Here's the thing. So I went, again, no money. So my aunt Julie knew a printer on Long Island, right? And I went there. I'm like, go talk to him. Because I'm like, I got these pages. And I met him, and thank you, John. It's Billy or Sir. Call me a stooge. So anyway, I get there and I just want to figure out, here's my pages. What does it cost? And there's one guy watching. Now, Alma's feeling a lot better. Good, honey. You're in our prayers, kid. You and your family. Anywho, so I go there and I'm sitting there and I'm showing my stuff around. There's this very well-dressed, super nice guy. And he's kind of lurking around. I was like, well, what is this? I'm like, that's my comic book. And he's like, wow, this is great. And it ended up being that was Fred Pierce, who what people may know as he was like the vice president of Wizard Publications for a decade. But at the time, he was an executive at Valiant Comics. And Comic Color did Valiant Comics color separations. So I found the right place. And he and Fred, God bless him, vouched for me. And he got my book. I should add his name to the special thanks to in the book. Fred Pierce, he vouched for me for Comic-Con to make my color separations for free, which probably cost like $4,500 at the time, and then contacted Spartan Printing, who was doing Valiant's books, and vouched for me to have Roberta at Spartan Printing print my books for free.
Wow.
With the thing that I guess, and here's something for you guys out there: enthusiasm is contagious. Jimmy, I just knew this book was going to be big. I don't know how. There's my studio. I'm cleaning my studio out, so all that's it's all garbage because we got our new office, so we're cleaning everything out. Scala.
Yes.
Everything's
hang out now.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out there, man. You should come up, Jimmy. Drink some beers, bro.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of your warehouse, and I was showing Anna and telling her like, "That's my goal, man. That's my dream."
Yeah,
I just
nice
have like
filming
an
office.
Yeah,
Get some pizza, get some beers. Anyway, so here's a funny story, and that story is all in the book too. Is how the woman Roberta calls me, very very sweet, and she's like, "Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this, but we're gonna print your book for you." I'm like, Roberta, I swear to God, I have 37,000 original orders, 37,000 initial orders. I will pay you. Because I think the print is like $20,000 or something. It wasn't cheap.
Wow. So they did on
Paper
spec.
prices were so expensive back then. People don't realize. I think our She Side Blade book was shipping and printing, and we printed 240,000 copies of this book. I think the printing was something like $44,000 or $54,000 for the printing of that book. Because we did hire paper, all this stuff. Anyway, so she goes, "Okay, so you have 37,000 initial orders. I believe you that you'll pay me." And then I said, she goes, "Okay, so we're gonna set you up for a print run of 40,000." I'm like, no, we gotta do 50. So here I am, this kid that she has no idea who he is, 20-something-year-old kid, who she's printing a comic book, offering to print 40,000 copies of this comic book for free. And then I'm asking for another 10,000 on top of it. But I was just excited. And then she said there,
on you, Billy,
and she goes, "You know what? I believe you." Okay, we'll set the print run for 50,000. Boom. And then that book hit. When that book, and of course I paid them right. The first check I got, I FedEx. When I got those first checks from the comic book distributors, I sent that first one to her. I FedEx it to Spartan Printing for the printing job. Anywho, so the book was returnable because I had offered a glow-in-the-dark cover. I didn't know they didn't make glow-in-the-dark covers in America anymore. The last glow-in-the-dark cover was the Ghost Rider one, that Texera one.
Oh,
but
the face.
But the or the United States at least, the glow-in-the-dark was toxic. So if you got that Ghost Rider cover, don't lick the cover.
Don't lick it. Yeah.
So it was outlawed. So they're like, we can't do a glow in the dark cover. So I had a little gold. It's kind of gold coloring. I don't know, but that made the books returnable. So the books, I get to the books go to the printer on time. They ship it out to comic shops all over the place. You don't know what's going on. I get a box, or maybe I get like 10 boxes sent to me. So I just have them of 300 books each. And I'm waiting. And all of a sudden, the first thing I hear is that we get returns. It's a box of returns because the book was returnable. And then the phone started ringing. And then that first week or two, we had gotten 5,000 reorders. Then another 5,000 reorders. Within 3 weeks or month, we had reorders for over 140,000 copies of this book. It just exploded. A retailer called me. I'm like, "I'm out. I don't have them." He's like, "Well, just print more." He's like, "No one's going to know." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no one's going to know. I don't know you from Adams. I'm from retailer in Brooklyn. You tell me to reprint my comic. Don't tell anybody." So I told Diamond we had to stop it. I probably kept 2,000-3,000 myself for cons, and then the rest, the rest sold out. And then it was crazy. So then what I also did was I didn't. So the book is bi-monthly, but I didn't solicit it, Jimmy Reyes, the month that the book. So the book was solicited for March, right? Issue number 1. I didn't solicit issue number 2 for May, which you should do, right? Because by month,
2 months in advance.
No, yeah. I waited till June because I wanted that book on the stands when it came time for them to buy number 2.
Yeah,
and our numbers went up to like 80,000 for the second book.
Wow,
and it just kept going up.
I've
It was
heard
crazy.
that.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was a wonderful time. You know, and I owed a lot of it to Brian Polito because he did Lady Death. He did only 50,000 copies of Lady Death, had a chromium cover. Lady Death came out a month before she did.
Mm-hmm.
And it sold out. And I think they didn't want to miss out on the boat on another Lady Death book. And then Vampirella came out like a week after mine. And I remember my first store signing. Now, here you got to think. When the book first shipped, I had a box of comics, and I took a box with me on one of them rolling carts on a subway into New York City, and I hit every comic book retailer. And only one of them, it was Brian Marshall at Jim Hanley's Universe, was like, this is awesome. He's like, yeah, I'll take a box. And he bought 300 of them from me. But I think I sold him like $1 each.
Oh,
it was
my God.
$300 cash. You know, I went in there, he's selling for $10 each, but what are you going to do?
Wow.
So, because it was a $250 price tag. But it just really kicked. Robert, hey, what's up, bro? Robert Zabarski. Good to see you, brother. That Lady Death, and then with Vampirella coming up afterwards, kicked off the Bad Girl craze.
Yeah,
and then there was just dozens and dozens of rip-off books. And like I said, I hope Brian can join me next week because I'd like to have Brian Polito on to discuss our beginning and our big news with Diamond Comic Distributors that we have together for this summer. Yeah, I know I'm going around and
well, let's take a question here if you don't mind. Oh, Jimmy, did you have something?
No, go ahead with the question. I can always ask it later.
Yeah, so we got Philip Owen said, perfect time to ask. How was it the first time you saw your book in a comic shop you didn't normally go to? I know how strange I felt when I saw my first book at a shop.
Yeah, Phil, right? It's crazy, Philip. It was nuts because the first shop I went into, I went down to Brooklyn to a shop, and I brought some of the books in there, and like, oh yeah, I ordered that. And I'm like, really? Like, yeah, right there it is. And it was on the stand. And I think he bought another 20 copies from me at $1 each, another $20 or whatever. But it was astonishing, even seeing the book for the first time, because Jimmy Reyes, despite all the things that had happened to me, all the resistance I got, all the negativity, all the pushback we got of trying to do your own comic book, nothing in the world was going to stop me from producing my own comic book. Lopez.
Hey, Aaron.
King of anime.
All
Dude.
right, I'm out of here.
You killed it.
Wait.
You're going to insult me within 30 seconds of being on the show?
How am I insulting you? You killed it. You did the best anime drawing I've seen.
No, you were doing Shiro Masamune, and I know one of Kelsey did Appleseed. What did you end up drawing, Aaron?
Something called Johnny Appleseed, or no, it was
Appleseed is...
it was teen sensation Billy Tucci's high school girlfriend. I don't know, man. It was something from.
Don't bring him down that rabbit hole.
Something called Orion or something. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, Orion. I love that. I have those.
Yeah. I don't know if you could find it, Aaron. Share it. It was great. No, I'm saying it was great. You took over anime with that manga.
I'm moving to Japan, brother, and I'm taking over.
You can survive on vending machines there.
$4.99 super chat from the great Aaron Sleeper. That's awesome that she did that for you.
Yeah.
It's slime, Mr. Miyagi said. It's slime. It's lime. If you put good things out into the world, good things will come back to you. I like that. Don't you like that, Aaron Lepresti?
I do. That's why I go and I trim my little Japanese tree every day. It makes me feel
Bonsai.
better.
Ooh, the bonsai. I got a gift from a bonsai, and I killed it. It's so hard to keep.
Oh no! Are you serious? Those things are
evergreen. I did everything right. I thought I did everything right, and I killed it. Alma Pipes, and we're gonna bring up you guys' campaigns too. And let's talk them up. Alma Pipes. Oh, I got a good question. How do you feel about your old art? Okay.
How old are we talking?
I'd love to ask you guys this question too. I think I am a far better draftsman today. I think I am a far better storyteller today. But there was something about that old art from 93 and 94 of my first comic book, She, the enthusiasm, you could see it, and the passion. Because I just, again, as I was saying, whether it come hell or high water, I don't know if I'll ever do my own comic book ever again, but at least I'll do one. Nothing's going to stop me from doing one comic. So I tried. How about you guys on the panel?
I'm embarrassed by a certain level of my. You know what I'm embarrassed about? I'm embarrassed about the inconsistency, because like I would when I was younger and breaking in, and I mean there was crap up to a point where I did sludge for Malibu. That's where I started. I think I hit a professional level. I still don't think it was anywhere near as good as I am at this point, but it was starting to look professional. But I would do a job and maybe it was consistency. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it was like, I just embarrassed myself with this. And so there's certain jobs I look back and go, God, that blows.
Well, Aaron, would you say that inconsistency was the time that you were experimenting and
good point.
things out?
That's a good point.
It was unprofessionalism. It was, I was definitely in trying to grow as an artist, right? So you're changing and you're trying to get better, but then you'd get a job you didn't really want to do. And you squeezed it in between a couple other jobs, you know what I mean? And then it was like, your heart wasn't in it. And I wasn't good enough to fake it and get away with it. And so then it would suck, right? And you're like, geez, okay, now I'm never getting another job. And then the next one would come in, you go, I'm really going to focus. I'm going to kick butt. And you'd kick butt and you go, yeah. And then you get another one of those suck jobs and you blow it and it sucked. And everybody's like, we're never hiring this guy. And it just, took me forever to figure stuff out like that. But let me share this. I look back on, this is from the New 52. So this was, 12 years ago. I still think that's pretty good.
Heck
That
yeah,
is
bro.
incredible.
Wow.
Who inked
Hanging in
you?
there.
Matt Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, you could tell it's Matt Ryan. He's very distinct, very distinctive style.
Well, the thing with Matt is, the reason I like working with Matt is he inks exactly like I ink, except he's better.
Oh.
He's more patient than I am. And where I would I could pull this off for like a cover.
Yeah.
And then I would start to like get bored and then it would get sloppy. He keeps that, he's very precise.
Wow.
And, but he also shares my same aesthetic, right? It's not just, he doesn't just like porcelainize the thing so that it's just becomes like, a hard piece of porcelain. There's still life in it, but it's still really slick and controlled.
Wow.
And so, I think that's really important. And Jimmy, you'd know this as being an inker. It's like getting on the same page with your penciler so that you guys have the same aesthetic, so that even if you do it differently than he would do it, you're still giving him what he wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Finch said that to me. He said, Jimmy inks the way I would ink, but better. And I thought he was just being nice. But now hearing that from another artist, I think, wow, maybe there's something. No,
there's some real truth. I've worked with some really great inkers that just didn't do a good job over me because we didn't have the same vision of what we wanted it to look like.
Yeah.
And so I got away. I used to call inkers out all the time and say, that guy sucks. I hate that guy, whatever. And now I just kind of realize
getting people fired and canceled over here.
No, it's true. But what you realize then is it's not that these guys are bad inkers. It's just that they're not necessarily the right inker for you because they don't share the same aesthetic or the same vision that you have. So you got to find guys who are on the same page with you. And then even if they waver, like Danny Mickey, right? He does a great job over me, but he totally inks completely different than he inks more like you guys. You're in that sort of Danny Mickey sort of school, right?
Yeah.
And he inks me like that, but it kicks butt because we still are on the same wavelength aesthetically. So there you go.
Two things real quick, real fast. First of all, Evil One.
Chris.
It's Chris's birthday. So I want to give him a round of applause and wish him a very, very happy birthday. Scala, where's all the sound bites?
Happy birthday, Evil One, whose name isn't really
Scala, where's the sound bites? Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Evil One's birthday today.
There it is.
Happy birthday, brother. So wonderful you to share your birthday with us. And secondly, it looks like the great Pete Cimetti is in the chat.
Hey, Pete. All right.
Want to bring Pete Cimetti in? Do you want to send him the link, Nile? Do you think? Because he's in comic shops.
Pete's going to be on my show on the 17th. I think.
I think Pete used to be in comic shops. I think he decided to go directly off the website.
Oh, is
But
he?
I'm
He's
sure
not
he
in comic shops. I thought he's self.
It was self-distributing.
I think he's self-distributed now. Yeah, he's doing.
Are you
he's
talking about that tonight, Billy?
Yeah, that's what we wanted. I wanted to talk about that. Like we're gonna see how it works out. We're committed for the year, a year and a half. 2 years actually. We have a 2-year plan with them.
So you feel comfortable with the numbers you think you can get, that it's worth your while?
I hope so. That's
the trick, right?
That's the trick.
That brings my question that I had for you. But to answer the question that you asked, for me, I had never drawn before, and I had discovered comics at age 18, and I said, "Wow, this is incredible." And I picked up a pencil and started drawing for the first time. 6 months later, I landed a job, and then I was penciling. But lack of confidence, I was scared, I was nervous. So they really liked my inks, and I chickened out of penciling and went into inking and just stayed there because I was too scared. But so I mean, I hanging around with you guys and everybody now. I love it. I'm inspired, and that's why now I'm drawing. But my question for you, Billy, is that now that you're back in comic stores, and it's been about 30 years since she first.
Yeah, almost.
First launch. Do you think
I was broke as S? I was this month. I was taking the subway into New York City, and the train out to Long Island because I have a car, and visiting every comic shop I could with the previews in my hand and showing them the book and showing them these sample color pages. I had them in a portfolio. I was showing them that.
Wow.
Here's the whole book.
Did you have your lunch in there too?
Well, it used to be my lunch. But
So my question for you, Billy, though, is that back then it was considered a bad girl phase. Do you think she would still be considered a bad girl with this current generation and people?
I don't know. I never really. It never bothered me either way.
Mm-hmm.
The bad girl thing started off like as a positive, then it got very derogatory. And I didn't care because she was nominated for 3 Eisner. She lost 3 Eisner Awards. So how bad could it be?
Yeah.
And we put a lot of thought into our books, into the storylines, into the mythology and the history behind them. And we went out of our way to not be misogynistic in any way or
Already losing interest.
Yeah, thank you. We showed ankles.
Okay, well.
No, and
the best
actually respect the culture. That's what we did. And there's always detractors. Someone on Reddit was saying that it's Orientalist garbage. And did you ever read it? And give us an example where the Orientalist garbage is. But then he's some fucking asshole with, a stupid name that like from Naruto 952 or something like that. You don't see his name. He's not saying he's Aaron Lepresti.
He's like Aaron's friends. Aaron and his
Aaron would actually have to sit down and take the time to read it before he could comment. I got a stack like this high of. I got to start reading that stuff.
Dude, I know. Are
yours even out of the boxes yet?
What?
Are yours?
No, I opened. I did an opening. I did a video opening when I got the She book, the hardcover with all the different artists and stuff in it.
Oh.
But I did with that like I do with most books. I looked at the pictures. I'm gonna get around to the words eventually.
Yeah. That's what I do.
All about the pictures, though.
I know.
It's
a comic book, right?
Yeah, I backed Nicholas Gear yesterday. Nicholas Gear's book, his new campaign,
Relentless Tin Soldier issue 3.
Yeah, but I have Aaron and Jimmy. I have at least 50 boxes. Hey, buddy. I have at least, thank you for the $2 super chat, pal. At least 50 boxes, Geminis of books that I pledged in the past.
And you haven't read yet.
I haven't opened. I haven't even opened them yet because me and Nile had a grand plan, right? I was going to do
unboxing with Billy Tucci.
Now I'm going to do a box opening of Garbage Man. How old is that? It's rated God 1 now.
I don't know. 2014, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's kind of awkward. So, and Debbie's like, all of these are all the crowdfunded books. I'm like, yeah. She's like, and all of them cost $25 each.
Oh, now she's
some of them cost more.
Just this morning, Billy, she was yelling at you as we were talking about. I was like, "Yeah, I backed this book and this book," and you're like, "Yeah, I backed this book." She's like, "You backed another? You got a pile of books in the packages, and you're backing more fucking books. What are you gonna do with all these books? Support our friends. That's what we're doing, Debbie."
Yeah,
Deb's
Deb's
all about shipping them out, man.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
bringing
yeah.
them in, shipping them
Ship
out.
it out. Get it out.
That's what she's. That's true.
What about
I remember that time that during that bad girl craze in the 90s. I remember at San Diego, and I remember you walking around with your hair flowing in the wind. And you know, I said, "Who's that groovy Billy Tucci guy? I wish I could hang with him."
Yeah,
and,
sure.
But it was like you and who's
Brian
your buddy
Pulido?
that does Lady Death?
Yeah,
Brian
Polito.
Polito.
Yeah, Polito. You guys were doing like these hot babe books, and what happened was that just everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, treasure trove," and everybody started doing it, and then
Following the
it
gold rush.
became
Yeah.
cliche, and it
Yeah.
became you're not cool anymore because literally, I mean, they turned to when DiDio was drawing Wonder Woman, not Dan DiDio, excuse me, Mike Diodato
Yeah.
was drawing Wonder Woman. They turned her into that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? With a G-string, kind of, butt cheeks
Oh,
hanging
Mike
out.
Dillon Senior. Yeah.
Yeah. And the editorial told me that there's a Wonder Woman cover of her turning like the Joker laughing with the white face.
Mhm.
No.
And DC, the guys told me DC, like, yeah, we did that because of the success of because your books, because I did a lot of kind of portrait covers. I wanted to look like magazines and make it different than everything else. And they did the same thing with the Wonder Woman cover. It's a
Well,
great
it was kind
cover.
of funny because you sort of fit right in there with that image wave,
Yeah.
and all that. It was suddenly, independent comics. They weren't really independent in the sense that they used to be, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Tick and things like that. These were
Men in
full
Black.
color things that had numbers that were rivaling Marvel and DC by creators who were not guys who couldn't get in, and so they made their own books, but they were guys that were professionals but making their own books. And man, it was an explosive, wild time that I was only on the outside looking in.
It was well, you were making.
Well, I was working. I was, but barely. But it was like, I was just going, wow,
So how are you making a living? I mean, what year did you guys get married?
92.
All right, so 92, and you were doing your first book was from Malibu. I don't know if you were making a killing.
Was doing Spider-Man backup stories and things like that.
Yeah.
What the humor book for Marvel and just dumb things like that to kind of, but I wasn't doing it full time. I was working in commercial art and I was doing, comic jobs where I could get them. And it wasn't until I was starting to get regular work at Marvel, and then Malibu came in and offered me Sludge, but they offered me like almost double my page rate.
Oh, sweet.
And you're like, screw Marvel. I'm going with the money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started. 93 is when I was like working full time, but I didn't have the steam to, do anything independent.
How, where did you live at the time?
You mean like what city or like?
Yeah. Like where were you living then?
I was in Oregon.
Now, curious. Now, who was the dame again that you crashed over her apartment?
Renee Witterstatter.
Ah, Renee Witter. Interesting.
Oh.
So, what was that like? How was that?
Well, she was hitting on me all the time. No, I'm kidding. But she was my editor on What the, and I was like, I would set up. I don't remember how I first worked because I can't believe I would have been bold enough to go, "Hey, Renee, can you put me up for a week?" But she offered. And I would go like to New York every 6 months, right? I'd save up my money from the stuff I was doing in commercial art and go to New York. And I had no place to stay, right? So she would put me up. Now, she was buds with Michael Golden, and that's how I met Michael Golden. I think Michael thought maybe I was hitting on her or something. So he was always over at the apartment checking up on me.
Was he? Oh, was he?
He's cock blocking you.
Like, I was
Right? Yeah, he was
I'm glad we've been around this much forever.
Yeah, I was like, dude, who other guy? Can you bring Mike Zeck over? Who else you're friends with, that I can meet and hang out with? So, so she'd put me up. So that was really cool of her to do that. And then she would take me around the office and introduce me to other editors and, help me try and get work while I was working on these Forbish Man stories. And it was a long, drawn out process like it used to be because there was no internet. There was, you had to get in there and get FaceTime.
Yeah.
And I would I'll tell you right now, Billy, you'd be proud of me because I made good time with the receptionist
Renee?
at Marvel, and she would just let me in whenever I showed up without an appointment.
No.
Oh,
She'd give me the
really?
Spider-Man
Wow.
sticker, buzz me in, and
Yeah.
I would just wander around.
No.
Always
Bug
bring her
editors.
chocolate or something.
Yeah, did you bring your chocolates or something? What did you?
I
Give her
just-
a Lepresti smile.
Dude, I'm charming.
I'm charming. Look at him.
You sure are,
You would
buddy.
give them the paper towel in the restroom. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It worked
No,
out.
that was before that. That was when they actually had toilet paper and stuff in there. Yeah, and coffee and things like that. In fact, one
Wow.
time when Shelly and I were engaged, she went back with me, and we went and ate a hamburger on some corner dive across from the World Trade Center, right? And we basically sat on the benches out in front of the World Trade Center and ate these hamburgers. And by the time we got to the subway, we were heading up to Marvel. She was puking in garbage cans in the subway. It was, I mean, it's
Oh,
funny
like a
now,
true New Yorker.
but it wasn't. Yeah, I know. There was people were throwing us quarters, And so we finally get to Marvel. We get to Marvel, and I'm talking to the receptionist, and she goes, "Yeah, I'll get you in a minute." And Shelly's like, "You got to get me in now." So she buzzed him in, and she ran right into the bathroom to puke at Marvel
Wow.
while I'm showing my portfolio around. So a little too much grease on that burger, I guess.
Yeah, it's something. I thought that meat was probably like a month old.
Oh, I loved it, man. Went down smooth for
But
me.
yours was good.
I used to have a
Extra
cast iron
grizzle,
stomach, though, man.
Wait, but your stomach was used to living on the budget of a
That's true.
starving comic artist, you know?
Exactly
And
right. That's exactly right.
you could digest anything. at
That's
that
right. I was
point.
eating stuff out of dumpsters and things like that, so it was totally fine.
So I guess so Shelly did marry you for your money then.
Yeah, when we got married, she was making $16,000 a year teaching, and I was making $20,000 a year doing commercial art. I had a studio apartment. That was it.
And you guys felt like you
Very
were
low
kings,
rent
right?
apartment building, huh?
You were like, wow, look at all this. Let's go to the movies every weekend and go out to
Well,
dinner, right?
You know what happened? I had done the previous year before we got married. I had done the Spider-Man backups, and I had done a story that I penciled and inked. So you got double royalties, right? I penciled and inked a 10-page origin story of Spider-Man that was in the black hologram cover. Okay. And the way they used to do that was they would sell it. And because it was still on the newsstand and in comic shops, you had to wait an entire year for that royalty check to show up. So we had just got married, and this check showed up for 28 grand.
Oh, wow.
And suddenly I was like this rich dude, and boy, I really made a good choice. And then it was,
Dressing like in Dumb and Dumber in a purple tuxedo with a cane, a big old gold chain. And
it was,
So what did you do? Did you go out to dinner or anything like that?
last.
What did you end up doing? Did you go out to I'm taking you out to dinner?
tipping the doorman $1.
No, we were always more like, okay, I can pay off your car now. We can get a down payment for a house, because we were living in at that point, we were living in a condo that we were renting from one of her friends' parents. And that year, it was the best year of my life, because I got a royalty for that. And then I did all these, Spider-Man was bi-weekly at that point, because Bagley was they were killing him. It was just he was doing 2 issues a month. So they're making him shorter stories so they could have little backup stories in the back. I was doing a bunch of those. So I was, even on a little backup story, I was getting, $2,500, $3,000 check, for those.
Wow.
And then I got my first issue of Sludge came out, and I got a $6,000 royalty for that. And then in January, I had done a Spider-Man story in the gold foil one where he's fighting Venom.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a $13,000 check for that. So within about a 10-month period of time, I got a $28,000 check, a $6,000 check, and a $13,000 check.
This was mid-90s, right?
This was 93 ish. Yeah, 93. It was our first year of marriage, right? So I had made almost $70,000 in royalties.
Wow.
In the mid-90s. Wow.
Right. And so we were able to, we put that as a down payment on the house and all this kind of stuff. And it never happened again. We were like, we're riding the wave, baby. And then it was just like crash and burn for the
Is
next
that you said, I
25
told you I
years.
made the right decision?
Yeah, exactly.
Real, I want to, guys, if you guys could pull up your campaigns and we could share them. $5 super chat from the great Evil One. Happy birthday, Chris. Aaron, I'm going to hit you up for an Evil Ernie sketch for my birthday. I got some birthday cash I want to burn.
He always contacts me and he goes, how much are your sketches? And I tell him my prices and he's like, oh, well, who does he always get sketches from? Hang on a second. Who's the guy that, doggone it? Kyle Holtz. Kyle doesn't charge me that much. And I go, well, I'm not Kyle Holtz, am I? I love Kyle's stuff.
Well, we know now if you want to get Aaron at a cheaper price, you got to offer him, you got to throw in a greasy cheeseburger.
That's right. Or an old comic book. That always gets my attention.
So if Shelly, I don't know if she will, but if Shelly happens to come down to San Diego Comic-Con, we got to go out for burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a little higher class joint maybe than we went to New York.
Kit Carter, Planet Doom graphic novel, almost at $105,000, brother.
Wow.
Talk to us. What is going on? This is crazy. This is blowing my mind right now.
It's insanity. It's a 64-page graphic novel, Billy, and you'll like this. It's in full color, and it's 8.5 by 11, so it's a little bit larger than a basic comic book. It's a sci-fi comedy adventure. They are assigned, Kit and her partner Merv the Astro Chimp are assigned to take out Lord Menace, who has captured the Eye of Omniman, this incredible power source, and he's on Planet Doom, and they got to take him out, and it is just wall-to-wall action and laughs. So what more could you want from a comic
Can we see
book?
the video?
And it's got space beer.
There's space beer and Galactic Luigi's Pizza.
Yes.
Well, actually, if I have to do the video, hang on a second.
I can do it for you if you want.
Oh, see, I screwed it up. Let me do
And
this.
is that
again.
true
Okay.
that Merv's name's been changed to Phil the Astro Chimp, or is that
No, that's Phil has changed his name. Okay, now I've got it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You guys should be able to hear this, right?
Yes. Yeah, I hear it.
That's awesome.
That's Lord Menace right there.
damn?
Man, that's a great cover. I love that.
Paid good money for that video.
Oversized, brother.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun. You know, I always liked those. You know, when you were breaking in, or you were dreaming of breaking in, or whatever, and there was all you'd see something and you'd go, "Man, I'd really like to work on one of those." I remember in the '80s seeing those Marvel graphic novel series like Death of Captain Marvel and Man Loves God God Loves Man Kills X-Men, and you know, different things like that. Punisher Return to Big Nothing, and you'd go, "Man, I would love to do one of those graphic novels." And so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the same format, 8.5 by 11, square bound. Bo, it may be accurate, it may not be accurate.
Fantastic. What's up, Bo Smith? What's happening, brother?
So yeah, I worked with Bo on a Green Lantern story.
Guy Gardner Green Lantern story?
Yep.
No way.
Guy Gardner Warrior. And
I
actually, he had another project we were pitching. He wanted me to draw, and I did some work up for it. We never got it off the ground though. I think it was going for DC, but didn't happen. You know, comics.
Well, I think you're doing pretty good for yourself right now, brother. 64 pages, oversized.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah.
And hang on a second here. I'll scroll down. Sorry, I got the. Here we go. There's a hardcover, and in this hardcover, it comes signed and numbered.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I'm gonna switch. Let me add this one.
Oh, there we go.
Again, there you go.
Okay, so this is signed and numbered, so it's going to be, we're going to print to order, maybe a few extra copies, and it'll also have a 10-page or 8-page, or I don't know how many pages. There'll be a gallery section in there of different art that won't be in the soft cover. This is the soft cover. I got a painted cover by the great Chris Stevens. If you guys don't know his work, check him out on Instagram. His stuff just blow you away. But he kind of gave me this kind of pulpy, sort of old-fashioned feel that I really, really liked. And so that's the soft cover. Here's a little work on the inside here. Pencils by me, inks, Matt Ryan, colors by Kelsey. And then Dan Lawless is providing the back cover art for us.
Oh, yeah, that is...
Isn't that nice?
I'd love that to be a trading card.
Oh,
Yeah.
delicious.
$125,000 stretch goal. The Dan
There you
Lawless
go.
trading card.
That's Gary Martin, his kind of tribute to Frazetta. Kelsey did the colors on that. That'll be in the hardcover, but it's not going to be in the paperback. This will be in the hardcover, not in the paperback. It'll be in color. You can get T-shirts, Billy, teal or black.
Oh, I like the teal. That's
Huh?
interesting. I like the teal. That's interesting.
I played around with a bunch of different colors, and I really kind of liked how it looked. And because white doesn't do well with this crowd. This is a rock and roll crowd, man. They don't like white.
Rock and roll.
So
Yeah, they don't want to spill, spaghetti grease on it.
exactly. So, and then we've got an 8.5 by 11, so it just fits nicely with the other books. This is going to be a full color sketchbook because I had just tons of.
Is this your panels? What is this?
No, this is just like drawings of Kit that I've done in my sketchbooks over the years. Because I created this character back in 2012, 2011, I think. So I have like a lot more material than I thought I did. And so I thought, I'm putting it in a sketchbook. Some of them are in color, some are in black and white, but color ones will be reproduced in color.
What
That'd
was
be a huge
inspiring
honor.
you to create Kit Carter? Going back that far, and you said you have this sketchbook. Was there anything going on that you just started really getting into creating like a space opera type deal?
Well, I've always been a big EC fan, and part of their vibe was always that kind of Wally Wood and Frazetta guys doing those bubble helmet space girls, and of course that whole concept's been around since the pulp magazines. But I was trying to come up with a concept for my sketchbook to sell, those little smaller sketchbooks we all used to do, at cons and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I came up with this character. And just to be on the cover of the sketchbook, it was just it was this piece right here. I finished this piece and it was called Kit Carter versus the Astro Zombies. And it was just like kind of supposed to be like a cheesy 50s sci-fi movie poster kind of thing. And just as a joke, to be on the cover of the sketchbook. And then people were just like, well, this is cool. When are you doing the book? When's the book coming out? I'm like, what book? And so I kept doing more and more of it and making prints out of her, but I never really was going to pursue it as a comic. And people just kept asking me. So I finally said, you know what, I'm going to do it. You can also get this 14 by 36 inset movie poster. This is the color rough. This is not the finished painting, but it's going to be, it's basically just it's a movie poster of Kit Carter.
So cool.
Ranger.
Are you painting this, Aaron?
Oh, baby, am I painting it?
What are you using?
I am haven't decided if I'm going to go gouache or oil paints.
Oils. Wow.
I haven't oil painted in a long time, so I'm kind of getting the itch. So we'll see. You can get laser etched shot glasses to go with the rest of my shot glass collection. We've got these trading cards already unlocked. 2 of them by David Williams, 2 by me. We get to 125. We're doing a comic book box. Storage box sticker that'll go on the front of that for like Empire Comics and have like a bunch of character stuff from Empire Comics on there. If we hit 125, 150, we're going to do a dust jacket for the hardcover. You can get add-ons. You can get the aforementioned Garbage Man trade paperback, Power Cube trade paperback. These are all part of the Lopresti verse that would fit in with the Empire Comics logo now, or label now. And you can get, if you missed Wraith of God, shame on you. But if you did, you can get the second printing. There's two cover variants there for that. And if you miss Blood Hunters, double shame on you. You can get any of these covers are still available while
It'd be a triple shame.
So there you go.
Crazy.
Incredible.
That's what we
Looks
got loaded up.
fantastic.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Congratulations, brother. And
Thank you
no
very much.
offense to you, Jimmy, or me, but I love those trailers with no
Dialogue.
just
like,
the music
yeah.
and no voiceover or. And even though I do that myself, I'm like, hi, I'm Teen Sensation Billy Tucci. So it looks very professional like that.
We got a good guy that puts together.
That's what we should do, Billy.
Got a guy who puts the videos together for me, and I just basically write out what the text is going to be. You know, tell him it needs to be no longer than a minute, and I give him a bunch of art and let him put it together. And so that's how it's worked with my 2 Wraith of God campaigns and now Kit Carter.
Outstanding, brother. Guys, please check it out. If you haven't gotten Kit Carter, you have not pledged for Kit Carter Planet Doom graphic novel, you need to.
I'm on page 18 right now, almost finished with it. So
Wow.
Page 18.
Mm-hmm.
You're almost finished with page 18.
With page 18.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we're moving along. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're definitely doing it.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, brother.
Thank you.
Jimmy Reyes, the king. Dragon Rage, the crown of fire. Approaching $40,000, bro.
Yeah, we're getting there, and I crowdfunded in 2020. Although it says that it was my first campaign, it's not. It's actually my 3rd campaign, but it was crowdfunded under a different name. I was publishing under Page One Comics, so you can find me on Indiegogo. You can find it the last 2 campaigns, and each campaign has continued to grow. So I know I'm not 100,000 like Mr. Lopresti down there, but I feel good. I mean I'm headed in the right direction, and it's growing. You know, they double almost each time, so you know it's a good feeling.
It's a way to do it, brother.
Way to do it.
Yeah, do you want me to play the trailer?
Yeah, play a trailer, bro.
All right. It's not giving me. Oh, I have to click
Push
on
that button.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm temporarily blind right now, so the volume on?
Yep.
What does the volume have to do with blind?
Yeah, really.
Well,
Jimmy.
I can't find it. I don't know
Oh,
what
I
the
see
volume
what
is.
you're saying. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What the?
Dragali, the true dragon masters. Humans with the rare ability to capture the rage of the dragons, wielding their powers as their own.
Dragon Rage. Believe it.
Makes you want to pillage a village, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
That music.
Yes. Pillaging. Yes.
Yeah, so Dragon Rage is a story. It starts out with different characters, and we get introduced to all these different characters who are on different adventures, and then as the story progresses, their stories intertwine and become something bigger. So we get introduced to these characters individually, and then they become a group, and they meet each other. So it's a great way to get in, you know, with the readers. They get to meet each character individually, so that it's not confusing throwing 10 characters at the reader all in one, you know, at one time. So it's a book with a lot of characters. We're world building. It's about a race of humans that are called the Drugari, and the Drugari have an ability to capture the rage of a dragon. They can wield the powers of the dragon as their own, so they can kill this dragon, consume its rage, and they can manifest. They get scales for dragon armor on their flesh. They're fireproof. Most of them, they live longer. They're faster. They're stronger. And the more rage they consume, the less human they are. They start to lose their humanity. And the rage, if they consume too much, they'll lose control, and the rage at one point will then be in control. And it's sort of, you can think of them like the Jedi and the Sith Lord, where there's a balance there. You have to have discipline and balance with this ability, with this dragon's rage. So there's somebody now that's killing the Dragari and taking their rage, because all the dragons have gone, they're extinct, and this dragon rage is the most destructive force. It's the most powerful force in this world. And then now the Dragaris wield it. So somebody else wants that power. So they're going around hunting these Dragaris. And there's a rumor that whoever is hunting them down is collecting their rage and building a crown of fire to make that person much more powerful even than the king of dragons himself. So
so cool.
What a great cover too. You got some great artists on this. Accompanying artists. I mean,
I was doing this book by myself, and like Billy, had mentioned, you got great friends, you made great friendships along the way, and here I was, going, man, this is my first time ever penciling a book, and I want to do this book, and I tell my friends, and they all tell me, well, we're going to support you. So David Finch said, I'm going to draw a cover for you, and he drew a cover. And then he said, "I'll promote you on my live stream." When I did the launch of my first book, so he drew another image, which is this one, and he did it all for free. He didn't want to take any money. He just did this for me. I've had a very, very fortunate. I have other artists. I've shown their work, fantastic top tier artists that are at the level of Dave Finch. They've done covers for me, and then a good friend of mine who has he's huge on YouTube. It's him. Then above him is Mr. Beast, and above Mr. Beast would be like PewDiePie. So like these are like the big guys up there running, the top channels of YouTube. So he has over 26 million subscribers. Wow. He called me up about 6 months ago, and he said, "Hey, I'm doing a cover for your book for you." And I'm not going to say no. Like, he's a fantastic artist. I mean, he's a great artist. He's done comics too, and he drew the cover. Took him about 6 months because he's so busy. He's filming and doing all his stuff. And I got the cover in not too long ago, and now it's being colored. So that will be in the next campaign. So Dragon Rage is going to be. I mean, we're about to get a huge boost. We're about to hit warp drive when this friend of mine who has got huge influence, it helps me promote. And
nice.
Secret weapon.
Yeah, the A-bomb.
I was like Lopresti, man. Like Anna and I were just going, like, if 1% of his 26 million subscribers and fans back our book, let's see, if we only put out one cover at $25, that's $650,000. And like,
oh my
1%.
God.
That's all I want is 1%.
Just 1%. I was like, you know what? There's a cane. I want to get a golden cane just to walk around. I'm gonna become the biggest douche, just come into money suddenly,
Like, you want to see the Dragon Rage? Come here.
Get like a 1989 Countach driver.
Yeah, get a Countach. And just park in handicapped parking spots sideways.
Very good. It's great, Jimmy. You're kicking ass with it, man. We're all proud of you.
Thank you.
Hey, when you're done and you get your buddy helps you out, you could turn him on to me and Lopez over here, and we'll have a variant covers for us too.
Yeah, but what would be amazing is the type of audience we're going to bring in. You know what I mean? And all the fans are going to come in, and of course, you're going to cross pollinate. It's going to bring in. We've always been looking at ways like, okay, how do we bring in more fans into CG? How do we bring in more fans into crowdfunding?
Yeah,
well, this is one way of doing it. I mean, he's not like a YouTuber trying to do something that's just novelty. He loves art. Genuine artist, very, very talented, and he's a friend, and he wants to help out in this project, and so having that, bringing in that audience, is going to be a good thing for everybody.
It's wonderful. Book looks great. Great luck to you with that. I'm so happy that your buddy's going to come out and help you. You got Dave Finch, you got Lopez in your corner as a fellow king.
Yeah,
come on.
I've been a big fan. I mean, honestly, And I'm not just saying this because I'm on the panel up here with Ethan and everybody. Am I on the wrong show? I'm not on with Ethan. No?
You can't
Damn.
see, folks.
Well, I am bald with kind of, beard.
Well, yeah. I thought that was Ethan. No, but honestly, I'm not just trying to kiss butt here or anything like that. But you guys, I mean, I genuinely mean this sincerely. For one, Billy Tucci is an inspiration because you came from a time where you would put out your own book, and in the 90s, that wasn't easy. It isn't like it is today. There was a lot more, obstacles in the way. It wasn't like, you could have the internet and crowdfund like we could today. And to see your success story, and you've laid out the path, to success for me. And I'm trying to follow that.
You owe it all to me.
And then Lopez marrying a woman way out of his league, man. I'm like, dude. I'm following your footsteps. No,
all about the royalties.
Yeah. No, but honestly.
And then it was too late.
Drew her on his first date. He just
He's like, draw me like one of your French women.
Crayons or colored pen.
He had her.
French women.
Yeah. And Shelly's like, Aaron, why are you naked too?
And she saved that, right? She framed it.
Yeah, we got it around here someplace.
Wow, man, you are a stud, man. No wonder you do have some Latin lover.
Yeah. We had a fun Meet the Mrs. Bros Valentine's Day show like 2 years ago.
Wow.
And we dragged our gals kicking and screaming onto the show. That was fun. We had fun that night.
Yeah, but I've always been a big fan of Aaron Lopresti's. I lean more towards the guys who can draw women very attractive and beautiful, I think, is more of like what I like. I don't really care for the guys that draw like muscle dudes. I like the ones when they can make the women look sexy in comics, and you guys both do that. And so I think that's what, why I steered towards your creations, your comics, and then the stuff you were working on, Aaron. And so,
thanks, Jimmy. What Jimmy's really saying is, he goes, when I was young, I looked up to you, Aaron.
Yeah, but Aaron, I think he still looks
now.
up to you.
No.
Now that I'm
looking
old,
down.
Yeah.
Well, especially after his YouTube superstar buddy gets a cover, he's gonna be looking down on all of us from his golden art chair.
With his gold cane just whacking us on the head.
We'll send him links. They'll be like, I only go to my channel.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you got to at least get a gold-plated,
skull on a glass skull.
So they see that after.
Something, yeah. Oh, a microphone, gold-plated microphone.
Yeah.
Diamonds all over it.
Well, it looks great, Jimmy. The best of luck to you. Kicking ass. Guys, we've been going over an hour and a half now. Lopez, thank you for joining us, brother.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
Same thing with you, Jimmy Lopez. Jimmy
thank
Lopez.
You. Everybody's Lopez now.
All these
you guys not telling us something, or what's going on here?
All about the Lopezes.
It's all about the Lopezes. Real quick, guys. Again, Shi the Warrior, the Shi Way the Warrior #1 original art edition is debuting in Diamond Comic. In previews through Diamond Comic Distributors in the February edition of previews for April release. The book will be on comic shops on April 3rd, 2024. But it's $65. But if you want to get the special premium edition, the edition you'll be getting will have the bookmark, the added book dust jacket, which has the 30th anniversary on it and some different graphics. A sewn in bookmark. That's our premium edition, available only through Indiegogo backers right now. It was available through Kickstarter as well for only $50. You save $15 and you get some really cool extra stuff. And guys, thanks for everything for coming on. Next week, I'm hoping that my brother JC Vaughn, who is writing She Gatecrasher, he's also the president of Gemstone Publishing, and he's the editor of the Shi #1 30th anniversary original art edition. I hope he joined us, and we're going to try to get Brian Polito on next Thursday Night Live, Scala, and then we're going to really dive into.
Well, he launches Wednesday. I just interrupted you. Yeah. Sorry. He launches Wednesday, so he may want to come on.
That'd be great.
Promote that new campaign.
Yeah, we'll talk about his new. We'll talk about his new book, his new campaign. We'll talk about the exciting news we have with the Overstreet Price Guide with Lady Death and She, and we'll talk about our books going into comic shops. I'm going to continue this conversation. And
Billy, you and I both this year are doing covers for the Price Guide.
What?
What?
Yep.
Nice.
Aaron Lopresti doing
Wow.
the cover for the he wouldn't have. Well, let's not talk because Aaron doesn't have the cover.
Of course I do.
Oh, you do?
There's
Oh,
only one
why
man that
don't you
would
share it?
know.
I'm telling you, I had JC on my Sunday show, and we revealed all those covers, including yours. This is mine, of course.
Oh,
Oh.
look at that.
Ooh.
Now,
Ooh.
because I'm older, he gave me the big book, so it's an easy reader. It's like
Yeah.
twice the size, and it has the big print in it, so I can't wait.
Well,
Wow.
hopefully he'll have them for the San Diego Comic-Con, and you can grab yourself
Yes.
like 10 of them,
Yeah.
and then you could sell them there at the show before anyone else gets them.
Oh yeah. So I was
well, Lopez,
honored.
if you don't mind, I'm going to reach out to you next week to see if you could pop on and show that, debut that to the Pop XP audience.
Sure
Well,
thing.
not that they're seeing it already.
You just kind of did, but we could.
I did.
Well, we'll debut it to
Well, forget what you saw,
our
guys.
audience.
Yeah,
next
you didn't just
Yeah.
see this right now.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
But thank you all for joining us. Again,
Thank
guys,
you.
please support these campaigns. We have 2 wonderful creators on the show. Well, 3, if Nile Scala does. But
Oh,
he's
I
having
forgot to mention
fun.
Dragon Rage.
What was
I'm only 9 more pages to ink, and the book's done.
Excellent.
All the pencils are done. Just 9 more pages to ink, and then I'm finished. And then
That's
I'm,
excellent. Aaron Lopresti is almost done with page 18. He's already
Yeah.
2 pages in.
My daughter keeps calling me. I'm going to jump out of here, you guys. Thank
All
you
right,
so
Emma.
Bye,
much.
Aaron. Good to see you, brother.
You guys.
If may I plug something, Billy?
Yes, of course.
All right. Tomorrow I'm going to be recording with a good friend of mine, legend to me, Jim Valentino, and we're going to be
Oh.
setting the record straight. After a bit of a health scare, Jim decided that it's time to set the record straight, especially after a comment on cartoon Kefab or whatever they're called, made a comment about Eric Larson setting the ship straight. Jim has some words to say about it. He's posted some stuff on his Facebook. If you're friends with him, you'll see that post. But we're going to actually dive into it. We're going to do it recorded because he's still recovering. This way, if we need to take breaks or whatnot. But I'll get it edited up, and it's going to premiere Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's gonna be a great show, man.
Oh, I can't wait.
Wow.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ronaldo Toyers, yes, thank you. The She listing is on page 276 in previews. So, guys, please pick it. Please support us. Support all these indie creators. We're killing ourselves out here. We're working, I don't know, how many hours a day do you work, right? 12 hours a day at least, every day. Deborah is shipping. We have, I think, 150 packages left to go out of the Shi Senryaku Omnibus Edition, and a big announcement next week about concerning that book. Of I don't know how many backers we had, 2,000 backers or more. I don't know.
Wow.
So thank you guys for supporting us with that. Maybe more. Maybe we had 2,800. I don't know. But we're almost done with that, and just Pop XP is a good time, man. What's next week on the Pop XP? I know we got Friday, got Jim Valentino. You're recording that, but what's
I'm
next
recording
week on
Friday,
Pop XP?
Saturdays, Jim Valentino. Tuesday, for our wrestling fans out there, we got the guy who was like the Stanley for wrestling magazines
Ooh.
coming on for Steven Siminos' Boom Show. I liked my wrestling growing up. So we got that guy on Tuesday, which his name, if you give me 2 seconds, I'm not sure. But anyways, we'll have some more crowdfunding comics on Wednesday. I got some guests lined up. I think JC Vaughn may be popping on that one as well. And then Thursday, we're going to have Thursday Night Live with the Tooch.
Yeah, yep. And again,
Wow.
hopefully JC Vaughn, Brian Polito, talk about Brian's new campaign, talk about Jeff's campaign. Lots of cool stuff going on.
Oh, and we've got Greg Weisman, creator of Gargoyles and some other great animated
Wow.
features.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
going to be coming on with Jimmy Palmiani and Amanda Connor. I'm just trying to coordinate everyone's schedules right now. I had someone else.
So if you're not subscribed, subscribe now so that you get notified. These are
Yes.
great shows.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do. Billy, I think I'm going to add a lot more animation stuff on here now.
I think we
I'm
should.
starting.
do more
I'm starting to
animation.
make more friends in the animation world. Big time directors and producers. So, possibly Bruce Timm is in talks. I'm in talks with some
Wow.
people to try to get Bruce Timm on.
Oh,
which
the
I think would be
90s
great.
Batman.
I'm on with
Oh
Bruce.
my god.
And I want to get
love
John
it.
Semper Jr. on.
Wow.
It's the 2024 November, especially, is 30 years of the Spider-Man animated series that was on Fox. Now, I mean, I got to tell you something. You know why I want to do this? Is if you think about it, these cartoons, right, did something the MCU never could do. And that's actually, it brought those 90s kids watching those cartoons, getting their first experience of the X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman. That actually brought them to comic shops and made them comic fans.
Yes.
The MCU made great movies that brought people to comic shops, but when they went in, all the fucking superheroes were women. It was at a time of that weird transition they were doing, so nothing matched up, you know? And I just think these guys need a little more recognition and praise. They're kind of getting, you know, besides like someone like Bruce Timm, but you look at some of these other guys, it's almost like their light's fading, and I think we need to brighten it up a bit.
Yeah, isn't Sam Liu from Extreme? He used to be at Extreme Studios. Sam Liu, he was directing back then. He was directing all those the cartoons and stuff.
Yeah, he had a part in a lot of some of those cartoons. Yeah, I think mainly more the Spider-Man stuff, because I know Larry Houston basically directed every X-Men episode. But actually, he made the gentleman you're mentioning might have come in at season 5 of X-Men, because I think Larry only.
Yeah, I think he was on X-Men for a while.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we got.
All right, awesome. Well, guys, tune in next week. Tune in Saturday. Let's start off Saturday with Jim Valentino setting the record straight.
That will be recorded.
Yep, the Shi number 1 30th anniversary original art edition. We are now, I think we're just over $3,000 away from breaking $100,000 on both our Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaigns.
Wow!
And the book is going to print to press on Monday. And once we get our numbers in, we're going to close it out, because Debbie just wants to get this book done, because we have to launch She Gatecrasher either the end of this month or early in March. So believe it. So, all right, Scalawags. Thank you guys for all joining us. Guys, please smash that like button. We had a lot of fun today. And Jimmy, thank you for joining us. Yeah. Great luck to you, buddy. I love having you on. Love conversing with you. You're a peach.
Thanks. Yeah, same here.
And everyone head over to Zaid Comics. They're live right now. You're going to hang out with Rini, Phil Diaz, Narwhal's on. Check it out. They're looking at some cool books.
Nice.
So you want to keep on tuning into some shows tonight.
All right. You want to take us out, Scalaway?
All right, let's go. Everyone, have a great night.
Can I run my video first?
Yes. I thought you'd never ask.
Do you have it queued or no?
No, because you have it, bro.
I'll find the YouTube on the YouTube.
I just told everyone to leave.
I know you did. But hang on.
They're still here.
They're still here.
What'd you have for dinner, Jimmy?
We actually stopped after I got back from the eye doctor at a pad thai restaurant we had never been to.
Oh, I love pad thai.
And we got
Texas, huh?
Yeah, at a Thai restaurant I met, and we got pad thai, and wow, it was incredible, man. I think what happens is when you can't use your eyes, your other senses just become Daredevil. It's just like I could taste
that
everything.
Quickly, huh?
Yeah, it happened within an hour.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna take you out with this video, and then Nile, if you want to just throw the ending, I'll let you handle it, and I'll just close this out. So, all right, guys,
have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Hello, everyone. Billy Tucci here, and I am so excited to announce Shi'S long-awaited return to comic book shops with this April's Shi #1 30th anniversary original art edition. The groundbreaking masterwork that literally changed the face of comics and launched the bad girl revolution returns in this premium formatted 112-page hardcover edition featuring the never-before-published original artwork from the book that started it all, 1994's Shi Way of the Warrior #1. The Shi #1 original art edition is literally a project that is 30 years in the making, with every single original art page, penciled inks, hand-painted colors, and letters, all rescanned and digitally remastered back to their original glory. We are also offering, for the very first time, the Shi Way of the Warrior #1 Pencils Up Ashcan edition. This book features 32 of my original pencil scans from 1994. Again, thank you for 30 wonderful years in comics. We are so appreciative of all your support and faith in the past. And we look forward to bringing you lots of new Shi product in 2024. See you on the comic shelves.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.